Welcome back, everybody, here to the second round of the United States Pro Kart Series at Trackhouse Motorplex, the post-race press conference for Pro X30. Getting started now. Fellas, first of all, congratulations on a podium for each one of you and a good payday for you guys. Let's start with Gus. First weekend here in the U.S., how would you sum up, your first time racing against some of these guys?
I've thoroughly enjoyed it. The competition has been difficult from the get-go. For me, over the weekend, I struggled from the start, learning the track and getting used to the competition, but just had to keep plucking away, and yeah, I've ended up on the podium, which I'm happy about. It's a shame it wasn't the top spot, which we always want, but we'll come back next time and try and improve.
Next here to Hayden. Obviously, you've been out of the seat for quite some time, been over at school. How's it been, being back this weekend, home track for you, and a second place finish?
It's great. I get to work with these guys like Ryan. I get to see him not so often anymore. Mike, Alex, Joni. So it's always great to be back at the track, just have a fun weekend. And this weekend went really well for us. So, I'm going to be up in Wisconsin this summer. So trying to get out at Millwright Speedway. I'll be up at Badger. You'll probably see me for the race in Road America. So more races planned for this summer. And I'm just super excited to be back. And it's always fun to be at the track.
And next for you, Hayden, did it take any getting used to being back here this weekend? Because you've obviously been out for quite some time. How was the process here on Thursday getting back up to grips and up to speed on your package?
Yeah, so I haven't really driven this new chassis, the 2025 yet. I drove it at Vegas, but I haven't had any experience at an actual paved track with it. So it took me a little bit to get used to it. The handling's definitely different, but working with these guys, the chassis setup, it was super easy to get comfortable in the kart, and we figured it out pretty fast.
Ryan, next to you, it's been quite some time, I would say, since you won a main event here at Trackhouse. Obviously, last year, a DNF for you. How good does it feel, winning at a racetrack that I think paid you a whole lot of money with Miami Grands and a bunch of other events here as well?
I really like this place. It's tough, though. That's the hard part about Trackhouse is that, you can come here and one year have one setup and one driving style, and that doesn't work the next year. Even in the same year, we've come here for the USPKS, and we go to the Miami Grands, and the setup that we had is not necessarily the same one that we race on, and the driving style is not the same one. But from the beginning of this week, the main thing for me was just trying to keep myself in control and staying under the limits of the racetrack, and that worked early. And we were fast early, but once you get pressure from these guys, every instinct you have tells you to drive harder and push every last little bit. And so trying to find that balance. Obviously, we were quick all week, but Gus really stepped the bar up in qualifying, and we knew we've got to try to keep pushing it and trying to keep pushing the envelope and getting faster without going over. And so yeah, every session we just keep working at it, and I'm always happy to win here. It's a fun track. It's a tough track. It's one of those I don't know. It's not a super speedway, but it kind of feels like that, where it's there's always, everybody has a good shot here. And so yeah, it's fun, and obviously with the competition, Hayden and Gus are both really good drivers, and so it's it's validating to win against good people.
This track, obviously when it rains, most tracks get more difficult to drive, but this one it seems like it takes the water a little bit differently than most other tracks. I'm gonna start with you, Ryan, on this one. What is the differences in this racetrack, obviously from dry to wet, and why do you think this track is a little bit tougher to drive when it rains?
I think it's just because it's so high speed. I'm probably not the best guy to talk to about rain, but yeah, it's high speed, and so it's really awkward, and a lot of the corners are so wide that if you were to take the traditional rain line, the outside line, you waste a lot of time. So you're kind of forced back to the racing line, and so you're just in this awkward, especially turn number 3. It's way easier to go around the outside, but you just cover so much more track. If you do the racing line, it's really tough, and you can mess it up pretty bad. But yeah, when it rained this week, I knew you got to turn it up for the competition, and obviously Gus, I assumed would be fast, and he was. And so, just kind of getting over that mental, hurdle of this is going to be a tough one. You've just got to send it in there. And even then, it still wasn't enough to keep up with them in the rain. But definitely, yeah, it's a tough track for the rain. It's just not very traditional in the sense of you just go outside and cut back across. It's like, these corners are really fast, and if you don't keep your speed up, you're still pretty slow.
I'll flip the script on you here, Gus, because we know you're quick in the wet. But in the dry, it seems like Ryan had just that little bit over you. On one lap pace, you were quick. We talked after the main, and you said you might have overheated your tires a little bit. What were some of the challenges you faced specifically in that main with the tires?
Yeah, so at the start, I started second, and I thought getting around the first corner in third was a good start, judging by what I saw on your stream from the heat one yesterday. Like Paulie Massimino got spun round at the top. So yeah, I was happy with the start. I think I overtook Garrison into the bottom corner down here to get into second, and then I think I was quite strong at the start of the race, got behind Ryan, and then seemed to suffer quite a lot of like aero wash understeer, especially through the first corner. Turn 3 and 4 wasn't pretty at all. Like looking at the front tyres, I was looking at them, and they was really graining, overheating. I guess again lost a bit of momentum, and later on in the race got overtaken and gradually dropped back. So I think from the start of that, making a few errors in terms of not passing straight away for me to take the lead, it bit me back towards the end of the race.
Next year, I want to talk about the payouts this weekend. It's the biggest payout we've seen in history here at USPKS. Ryan, for a guy like yourself, obviously business for you, a kid on the way. How much does this payout do for guys like yourself?
I mean, it means a lot. I mean, obviously, yeah, I got bills at home that are going to be due soon. So, yeah, I mean, it helps, but it's good for the sport. I think Mark and these guys have. All the series have really changed the game for the professional level karting and paying out, and it gets drivers like us here and McQueen and Joe when he comes, and it brings a lot more attention to the sport because you can't really call a class professional without paying. That's what makes it pro, and so having a purse like this I think has helped. I mean, it grew the numbers up. The first round it wasn't bad, but it wasn't where it's been, and now we're starting to get the steam rolling again, and the payout's definitely part of it. I mean, especially, when it pays down to 5th and the pay is that good to 5th, I mean, even just getting on the podium is a good day. And it helps with the cost of everything. And so, yeah, I mean, it's really cool. I'm really happy that Mark did this, and I think they did a great job, and I think it's definitely going to keep growing, and I think we've got to just kind of keep incentivizing drivers to want to race the pro category. I think it's definitely a career that some people can have, and it's not, as far-fetched as other things. It's tough, but you can definitely, if we keep it going and keep the drivers in the sport, then, it can definitely grow the series and karting as a whole.
Gus, I'll pose the same question to you.
Yeah, so where I'm from, there's no form of prize money, so to come here and have a chance to win up to the winners' winnings, it's amazing. Like, come all this way, race or whatnot, and go away with money in your pocket. It's almost like it's like a weekend's work. So it's great. Like, yeah, no more to say really. It's definitely Pro X30 is where it's at, and I think you guys here make karting a sport in itself, not just a stepping stone into higher forms of racing. So it's you can stay in karting and race and earn money from it. So it's great.
That's good. I'm glad to see you haven't gotten tired of us this weekend. We've talked to you a whole lot, it seems like. Gus, hey, now I'll ask you the same question because unlike the guys, on your right, you're or on your left, I should say, you're one of the younger drivers in this field. Obviously, still in school. What are you gonna do with the prize money that you will come away with this weekend?
So I'm not even sure how much I won, but I'm probably going to invest in some stocks. Thinking about the future, I have to think about what I'm gonna do after school. So, just trying to maximize my happiness now and for later in life.
There you go.
You won $3,500.
That's pretty good.
There we go. See, now we got a smile on his
That's
face.
a lot more than the 25.
That's really good. I would say maybe some golf for you, Ryan, this week, maybe.
No, man.
Disney.
Babies are expensive, so it's kind of saving up for that. That's where we're at right now. So, there's nothing more that I'm more excited for in this and that's going on right now. So everything's kind of centered in on that. And yeah, I mean, we've got some cool stuff coming up with my school, and we're going to be traveling to some new tracks. So I got to get new inventory and new stuff to feed the business. So got to keep investing.
What is like a day-to-day for you? Like, you're getting so busy off track with your school, obviously about to be a parent. You got a house, you've been building that for a minute, now it's pretty much finished, I believe. So what is kind of like a day in the life of Ryan Norberg outside of the racetrack look like?
I mean, I hate to, say anything or make it seem like my life's hard because everybody in the sport works 24/7. I mean, the more that I'm growing up and learning this industry, it's a 100%. I don't know if you can call it a full-time job because it's essentially just your life. You're just constantly working. Even if there's the big guys in the sport like Mike and everybody, and I see, I know how hard I have to work to keep my smaller operation going. I can only imagine, so, my days are, what you guys see on the vlogs. I go and I work, I'm, at the track 5, 6 days, 7 days a week sometimes, and, doing what I do, but it's nothing in comparison to the guys that are here. I think the guys that, these big teams, these big operations, yeah, I mean, I don't even know how to, it's not a full-time job. It's their life. They do everything to make it happen, and I'm really, every day I'm more impressed by the guys that I'm around.
Well, guys, we're moments away from podiums, so obviously you got to go claim your money, got to go claim your trophies. So I want to thank all three of you guys for joining us here tonight, or this afternoon, I guess, and congrats once again.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, podiums here in about 5 minutes.
Thank you.
All the way up to the finish line. Who is it going to be? And it's Sean Perez who wins in Crescent.
Ty Fisher wins $1,000 in KA100 Junior.
Alex Stanfield played it perfectly here. Told him to wait. Stanfield wins the Duffy in 2024 for TV Kart.
Amarillo Kart Complex is now the official distributor for TV Kart in the continental U.S. Become a dealer today.
Let's go race.
Come on, man.
Hey, what's up, Caleb?
What's up, Brandon?
You sound defeated. A long day at the office?
Yeah, got stuck at a cat food marketing meeting for like 3 hours. I don't know a thing about cat food, and I don't even work in marketing. And then I got sent on a coffee run like I was some sort of intern. Then at the end of the day, when I want to go get gas, I just realized everything is so darn expensive nowadays, man.
Yeah, you got that right.
Like, do you have any idea how much we're spending on Netflix?
That's like 20 bucks a month.
Do you know how much we're spending on cable?
That's like 50 bucks a month.
But you know what isn't expensive?
Tell me.
Kart Chaser Premium. For only $9.99 a month, you can watch all of the American karting action live from coast to coast. Subscribe and become a member today.
Paulie Massimino wins in KA. Paulie Massimino
is a winner in OKN Stars.
Take your driving to the next level with one-on-one coaching from 2024 OKN Stars champion, Paulie Massimino. Kart rental options are available if you'd like to keep yours at home, and drivers in all classes are welcome, from Briggs 206 to Mini to K100 and X30. With in-depth data analysis, onboard video footage review, and lead, follow, on-track sessions, each private coaching session will see you end as a more complete driver than when you started. Book your coaching session now.
This is Henry. Henry feels sad. Henry feels sad because it's time for his next big race and his go-kart is in bits. Henry doesn't know that Acceleration Kart Racing is the United States' #1 shop for all of your karting equipment needs. Henry also doesn't know that Acceleration Kart Racing can deliver anything from tires to race suits and even wheels directly to your front door or to the racetrack itself, quickly and efficiently, with tech support available 6 days a week. Poor Henry doesn't even know that Acceleration Kart Racing offers free shipping to mainland USA on selected product if you spend $200 or more. Do yourself a favor. Go to accelerationkarting.com and make sure that you are never left stuck on the pre-grid with Henry. Be smart and don't be like Henry.
Brandon, why are there all these charges for just over $200?
I'm tired of all this Brandon business, okay? Brandon this, Brandon that. Why are there all these expenses on AKR over $200? We know, okay? Take a walk with me. At Shop AKR, they have everything you need to start racing at a very cheap and affordable price. They have MXC rims, they got chains, electrical stands, tilt seats, they got MXCs. And if you didn't know, on top of that, any purchase in the continental US over $200, that's free shipping.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be in the AKR Anonymous meeting over there?
Dude, I'm doing a commercial.
Dude, we have no time. It's about to start.
Stop. We all love Shop AKR. Me? More than others. What do I get at Shop AKR?
MXC rims.
Kyle, what are you doing?
It's got my new Greyhound seat.
You don't even have a cart.
Doesn't matter. I have a Greyhound.
Who the f is Kyle Cuthbertson? Doesn't even have a go-kart.
Doesn't matter.
Cuthbertson threw on Turney. Turney in the dirt.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Kart Chasers coverage of the podium presentation for round 2 of the 2025 United States Pro Kart Series here from the Trackhouse Motorplex in Mooresville, North Carolina. We have our podiums for all the classes, the top 5 drivers in Micro and Mini Swift, in KA Junior, Senior and Master, the top 5 in Junior X30, and the top 6 drivers in X30 Pro. And of course, we hand out the record-breaking $17,500 prize fund in X30 Pro. We also have our medals for our fastest qualifiers. So, without further ado, let's get the podium presentation underway with Micro Swift. Finishing in 5th position, it's Lennox Lockhart. Lennox driving for the Velocity team. He takes home the P5 trophy. Finishing in 4th position, driving for Team Bennick, it's Dutch Westbrook. On to the top three now, and finishing at the head of what was a fantastic scrap for third place, and taking the medal as the fastest qualifier, driving for Orsalon Racing, it's Alvaro Medeiros. But now on to the top two. These two broke away at the start and engaged in a fantastic battle. They were separated by just 0.2 of a second at the end of the race, but they were 10 seconds in front of everybody else, finishing in second position, driving the number 29 Kart Republic chassis for the J. Howard Driver Development Team. It's Brody Stoffel. But your Micro Swift race winner, presented by Team Ferris Racing here at Trackhouse for the Carolina Grand Prix, driving for Ryan Perry Motorsport, it's Slate Harrell. And some fantastic sportsmanship. So drivers, we'd like you to all, if you can, they're heavy trophies, lift those trophies high in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together once and again for our top 5 finishers in Micro Swift, presented by Team Ferris Racing. Thank you very much, drivers. So our youngest members of the paddock move out of the way. And if we will now move on to the second class, they were actually the last race of the day following the unfortunate incident at the first start. Luckily, everybody is okay. We'll start with, it's KA100 Junior by BBS Race Engines, and we'll start with the fastest qualifier. It's John Antonino. And unfortunately, John can't be here, so we'll move on to the top 5. Finishing in 5th position, driving for Nash Motorsports, it's Nathan Dupuy. And John Antonino also joins us with the fastest qualifier award. John, thank you for coming after the last corner. Well done. We move on to the top 4 now. And finishing in 4th position, driving for Ryan Perry Motorsports, it's Tristan Murphy. On to the top 3, finishing in 3rd position, his best result in a National Series race, driving for Ryan Perry Motorsport also, it's Nathan Golseth. And in one of the most dramatic last corners you will see this season, if not any other season, the top 2 were eventually separated by 6 thousandths of a second, finishing in 2nd position, driving for Magic Kart USA, it's Max Weiland. But the winner of KA100 Junior by BBS Race Engines, he left it till the very, very end in his first race back. From his first race back from a nasty injury, driving for the J. Howard Driver Development Team, it's Max Christea. Max will get the winner's trophy. We'll just step in here. Max, what a last corner, but what a race. Tell us a little bit about your thoughts going into that last corner, and then your thoughts coming out of the last corner, because I think they will be very different.
Well, going into the corner, I thought, wait, maybe I can get third out of this, but then I saw John go over Theo, and I was like, wait, I have a chance for first. And I over-undered, and I got a good exit, and got the win.
Coming towards the line, you could see Max getting ever so close. It's the closest finish we've had this year in 2025, 0.06 of a second.
Yeah, it was really close, but I got it done.
You did get it done. Anyone you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank Eric Jones for making this possible, my dad, my mom, my sister, Bryn for giving me a really good engine, and Jay Howard.
Excellent, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, Max Christea, your KA 100 Junior Top 5 and Fast Qualifier. Thank you very much, drivers. Can we please try and remember there's a camera there? Let's try not to walk across the front of the camera shot. Now we move on to KA 100 Senior by Brandon Jarzakrak Racing. Like the juniors, over 50 drivers on the initial entry list. The top 4 finishers separated by just half a second. Finishing in 5th position, driving for Team Ferris Racing, it's Connor Ferris. And like I said, the top 4 crossing the line, separated by less than half a second. Coming home in 4th position, driving for Speed Concepts Racing, it's Brandon Lemke. Now on to the top 3. Finishing in 3rd position and taking the medal as the fastest qualifier, driving for the Hot Driver Development Team, it's Caleb Gafara. And now the top 2. What was, I'm sure, a very nail-biting last lap for team owner Brandon Jarzakrak. Would they, wouldn't they, would they, wouldn't they? Finishing in 2nd position, it's James Overbeck. But he may be James's coach, and he's done a lot of work with James, but your winner, proving that he may just have left 1 or 2 trade secrets to himself for when it mattered most of all. Taking the win for Brandon Jarzakrak Racing, it's Paulie Massimino. We'll have a quick word with Paulie now. Well then, Paulie. Now, Paulie, you're a very, very humble man. It's not like you to get big-headed at all. Tell us a little bit about your battle with your student, James.
Yeah, it was a good battle, I guess. I looked back with like a few to go, and I kind of saw we were leaving Caleb a little bit. So I was hoping James was going to keep pushing me. and he did. And then we came up to 2 to go. I looked back. I thought about defending, but James gave me that just keep going, and we'll go at it on the last lap. So I trusted him, and he didn't do me wrong. So we had a good little few corner battle, but all in all, great team result. Kart was on rails, motor was on rails. I can't thank all those guys enough.
Yeah, you've already thanked it, but I mean, going into the second half of the season, you know, you can't get big-headed, can you?
No, absolutely not.
Ladies and gentlemen, your KA100 senior winner, Paulie Massimino, and the rest of your top 5. Okay, thank you very much, drivers. There we go. Well done, well done. Okay, once again, we can remember not to come in front of the camera. We will now move on to our next category. And our next category is Mini Swift, presented by Sony Kart USA. Finishing in 5th position on what it was an excellent day for his team as a whole, driving for Ryan Perry Motorsport, it's Jake Manialo. Jake in a collaboration maybe with Team Ferris and Ryan Perry Motorsport, but finishing in 2nd position, the driver with the coolest sponsor name in the paddock, driving for Tibitech aboard the Rotor-Rooter Comp Kart chassis, it's Cade Wolf. On to the top 3 now, finishing in 3rd position and taking the medal for the fastest qualifier, driving for Paralin USA, it's Enzo Di Janeiro. But the top 2 in this class separated by a massive 13 hundredths of a second. He comes home in 2nd position, driving for Ryan Perry Motorsport. Please welcome Jaden Francisco. But your winner today, after 20 hard-fought laps, completing a 1-2 finish for the RPM team, it's Parker Ives. Now, I'll have a quick word with Parker. Parker, the Mini Swift final was at the start, it was a big group of you. Gradually, it came down to just you and your teammate. You worked very, very well together. What was the plan going into the last couple of laps?
It was really kind of not let anyone else kind of catch up to us. We kind of wanted it to just be us, so then we could have just not have more chaos, you know. So yeah, it worked out pretty good. So I mean,
it did. Now, of course, you know, I wanted to ask, you know, what was more stressful for your dad watching at the sideline? Well, Ryan Perry, but Ryan, the team boss, he was stressed. But your dad, he got just an Alligator into the Daytona 500 this year. Was that more stressful than watching you in that race? I wonder, what was more stressful?
maybe me, but
I think so. Judging by the grey hairs appearing in his beard, it was definitely you. Congratulations, Parker Ives, and the rest of the Mini Swift top 5. Thank you, drivers. Trophies once again high in the air. And the Mini Swift battle, like all the other classes, will continue at the next round of the championship at the beautiful Elkhart Lake region of Wisconsin near Road America. Thank you very much. We now move on to X30 Junior, presented by Speed Concepts Racing. And first of all, finishing in 8th position, but taking the trophy or the medal for the fastest qualifier, it's Lucas Palacio. Lucas, part of the Williams Formula One Driver Academy. Now on to the top 5 and finishing in 5th position, driving for Speed Concepts Racing, it's Sarah Bradley. Finishing in 4th position, doing double duty and driving very, very well in both classes, driving for MPG Motorsports, it's John Antonino. On to the top 3 now. The top 3 separated by just 0.8 of a second at the end of 22 hard-fought laps. Coming home in P3, driving for Speed Concepts Racing, it's Travis Pettit. And it has to be said that the battle between the 3 leaders throughout this race was truly special to watch indeed. Finishing in 2nd position, driving for the Rollerson Performance Group, it's Alexander Vanchev. But the long wait for a National Series win is finally over. Fighting his way up from an off-track moment on lap number 1 to come to the field and come out on top of a fantastic 3-kart battle to take the victory, driving for Magic Kart USA. It's Max Weiland. Well, we'll come in and have a word with Max. Max, when you did your winner's interview, which you spoke wonderfully well in, you still had your crash helmet on, so we couldn't quite see how big your smile was. You are a very popular winner. Now let's see the smile and tell you what it means to you and the entire Magic Kart team, because I heard a rumor that you made AJ Myers smile.
Yep, rumors are true, sadly, or maybe happily. Yeah, it felt good. I finally got to victory. I mean, I was smiling so big in that helmet. I was so happy. I can't wait for more to come.
You know, even when you went off at the first corner, you didn't lose hope. You know, did you ever believe that it wasn't possible, or did you always think, even when you were 12th, that you were good enough and fast enough to win that race?
Well, I kind of fell at 20th on the start, so I'm realizing, okay, let's just try to do as much as we can do. And I got up to 6th. I started running down the leaders. And I think lap 12, I started realizing I can get these guys. I'm faster than them, 0.3 faster than them. So I put my head down. I was able to pass them, and I was able to get the win.
And is there anyone you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank my parents. I'd like to thank my team. I want to thank my sponsors. They've done so much for me. I want to thank you especially to my dad, and thank you to God who gave me the chance to be able to go racing and be alive.
Okay, thank you very much. So you thank God and AJ, or is that the same person?
Yeah, he's on the team.
Okay, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, your X30 Junior by Speed Concepts Racing Top 5 and your winner, Max Weiland. Thank you very much, drivers. 2 classes to go. 2 classes to go. The first of those classes is KA100 Masters, presented by Nash Motorsports. And the Fast Qualifier Award, despite not finishing the final in heartbreaking fashion, it goes to Dusty Davis. Unfortunately, doesn't look like Dusty has been able to make it. So we'll move on to the top 5 now. And finishing in 5th position, driving for Brandon Jarsacrack Racing, it's Todd Shambo. Todd Shambo going to the Paulie Massimino School of Modesty, by the looks of it. Finishing in 4th position, driving for Orsalon Racing, it's Miguel Mia. Coming home in 3rd position on one of his rare appearances, hopefully we'll see him for the rest of the season, driving for Isup Racing, it's Brant Estes. And now the top 2, fantastic fight. Our 2nd place driver overcame an injury in qualifying, a crash in race number 1. He won in the wet and almost won in the dry. Driving for the Rollison Performance Group, it's Ariel Castro. But your winner today, after what was a fantastic battle between himself, Ariel, Paul Montopoli and Renato Jada David, as well as Dusty Davis, taking home top spot, driving for the Rollison Performance Group, it's Martin Stone. So once again, a really competitive field of Masters. And for all the prospective Masters drivers watching this, please get your entries in so we can have an even bigger field at the next round in Road America. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Congratulations. One more photo for the team boss. Congratulations, your KA100 Masters top 5, ladies and gentlemen. So, as the Masters just finish up discussing the last couple of laps of the race, I am very pleased to bring Mark Coates from the US Pro Kart Series into picture. He has got in his possession 6 checks. It's time for X30 Pro by the Rollison Performance Group. For those of you watching Kart Chasers live free-to-air coverage of this podium presentation, the championship guarantees 100% of the entry fees in X30 Pro goes into the prize fund. Quite simply, the more of you that enter, the more money you race for. There are checks for the top 6 drivers, The top 5 drivers, the top 6 drivers also get a set of Slick Mojo, no, wrong championship, whoops. MG yellow tires. And here we go, finishing in 6th position and taking home a check for $1,404. He took it on the very last corner of the race. Driving for the J. Howard Driver Developments team, it's Fast Frankie Mossman. He gets $1,400. He gets a set of tires. Now we move on to the top 5, finishing in 5th position, taking home a check for $1,579 and a set of MG yellow tires on the debut for his own team. For Haynes Motorsports, it's Dalton Haynes. On to the top 4 now, finishing in 4th position and taking home a check for $1,755, a set of MG tires and the trophy for P4, Brandon Jars of Crack Racing's Paulie Massimino. Well done. But the top 3, and in a class that bears their name as the title sponsors, it was a clean sweep for the Rollerson Performance Group. Our next driver on his American karting debut, he takes home the medal for the fastest man in time qualifying, the 3rd place trophy, the MG tires, and a check for $2,457. It's Air Force One, Gus Lawrence. And Gus has got to manage the oversized check, Fomex check, the real check indeed. And the top 3, not bad for his first time out in the United States. But finishing in 2nd place, just 0.08 of a second shy of victory in what could be one of his only appearances this year as he juggles his racing with his degree at North Carolina State University. He takes home the trophy for P2, the set of MG tires, and a check for $3,510. It's Hayden Jones. And the series president, Mark Coates, hands Hayden the check. But they keep bringing in the hired guns, and America's most successful karter of the last decade keeps his head above them all, taking the victory and a check for $6,844.50. It's Rollerson Performance Group's Ryan Norberg. So as the photographers take their last photo of our podium presentation, it leaves me on behalf of the organizers to say a huge thank you to the MG Tires Racing, the IAMI Series USA, to the United States Pro Kart Series for putting on such an incredible event, to the Trackhouse Motorplex and all the staff, to 250 drivers, teams and supporters. Thank you very much for joining us here at Kart Chaser. Have a safe journey home. We'll see you at Elkhart Lake for round number 3 X30 Pro drivers, the more of you race, the more money you race for. It's simple. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a Kart Chaser production of round 2 of the 2025 USPKS. Thank you for joining us.
Am I good to turn off mobile? Am I good to turn off mobile?